Hi guys, it's Yellow and I'm going to play the first 15 minutes of Max Payne. Now I'm aware that this game has quite a lot of cutscenes, so I'm sort of going to work out the time of the cutscene and take that away, so it'll probably be about a 20-minute long video, but with about 15 minutes of gameplay. So this is Max Payne, developer of Remedy Entertainment, publisher 3D Realms, and was released on July 27th, 2001. And now I'll shut up for the cutscene.
Dispatcher, verify address. It's Acer Plaza. Repeat, Acer Plaza. Shots fired on the rooftop. An assault in progress at Acer Plaza. Repeat, an assault in progress.
They were all dead. The final gunshot was an exclamation mark to everything that had led to this point. I released my finger from the trigger, and then it was over. To make any kind of sense of it, I need to go back 3 years. Back to the night the pain started.
So part 1, The American Dream.
I was still on the force back then. NYPD, Manhattan, Midtown North Precinct, Hell's Kitchen.
So when are you coming to work for me, Detective Payne?
You'd make me work undercover in some hellhole. Sorry, Alex. Michelle and the baby come first. See? My last smoke. It's bad for the baby.
That's you, Max. A regular Boy Scout.
See, Alex.
Still on for poker Thursday night, right?
Like taking candy from a baby. Life was good. Sun setting on a sweet summer's day, the smell of freshly mowed lawns, the sounds of children playing, a house across the river on the Jersey side, beautiful wife and a baby girl. The American dream come true. Honey, I'm home. But dreams have a nasty habit of going bad when you're not looking. The sun went down with practiced bravado. Twilight crawled across the sky, laden with foreboding. Michelle, honey, anybody home? I didn't like the way the show started. They'd give me the best seat in the house, front row center.
So let's get started. Now, some of the times when there's a cutscene, I can't hear the sound. I'm hoping that it's still recording the sound, and you'll be able to hear it. So answer the telephone.
Listen, someone's broken into my house. Call 911.
Is this the Payne residence?
Yes, someone's broken into my house. They're still here. You have to...
Good. I'm afraid I cannot help you.
Who is this? Hello?
Just search around the house. Go up the stairs. Oh, someone's being murdered. A few gunshots. Can't get in through that door. No, hello.
NYPD, drop it!
Dual buttons.
No, please, God, no.
This is a very story-driven game, so there's a lot of cutscenes, which I like. I think it adds to it, makes it less just walk into a room and shoot.
Michelle, oh baby. That was 3 years ago. Everything ripped apart in a New York minute. The killer junkies had been high on a previously unknown designer drug, Valkyr, V. After the funeral, I told Alex I'd be transferring to the DEA. It took us 3 long years to get a break in the Valkyr case. Then, finally, 2 months ago, a dime dropper tipped us off that Jack Lupino, the mob boss in the Punchinello crime family, was trafficking. I went undercover, infiltrated the worst mafia family in New York.
This is chapter 1, Roscoe Street Station.
I came in from the cold and the dark. Outside the city was a cruel monster. I've been slowly working my way from the small time to the big fish, trying to get to the source of the drug. Alex and BB were my only contacts in the DEA, the only ones in this decrepit city who knew I was down here.
BB here. Something urgent has come up with Jack Lupino. You need to meet with Alex immediately at the Roscoe Street Station.
I hadn't had a face-to-face with Alex since I'd gone undercover. Outside, the mercury was falling fast. It was colder than the devil's heart, raining ice pitchforks as if the heavens were ready to fall. Everyone was running for shelter like there was no tomorrow. It didn't get any better when I got to the subway. The feeling hit me like a point-blank shot straight in the face. Something was not right about this. My Beretta
This is
stirred
the present
nervously
day
under my
now?
coat, but the train doors had already shut behind me, and I was in for the ride.
Going into the
Next
subway.
stop, Roscoe Street Station. And
Alex always
Alex.
has this smile on his face. It's just really creepy. But for this game, for the time it came out
The station
12
was
years
drenched in
ago
gloom.
nearly, which is
Alex was
just
a ghost, nowhere to be seen. I'd
to
have
see
to
how
look for
good
him.
it is. Now, really, it's still a good looking game, really, for what it is. So, 12 years ago, it must have looked amazing. Right. A lot of blood.
Death was in the air at Roscoe Street. I'd have to find
Gun,
Alex
gun.
fast.
Search for some ammo. Nope. So the reason I bought this game is just
For a while.
from playing Max Payne 3 and that being the first one that I've played of the series, just made me want to go back and look through what happened, what led to that game, because that game has sort of flashbacks. So you do play as Max Payne from this time, I guess. Oh, it's 2 people there. Let's do a bit of slow motion. Or maybe not. Oh, fuck, I thought you were dead. I think that look, like all the slow-mo, just the Matrix sort of style, really adds to this game and makes it something that you want to play for. It may just be a little thing to make it different from other games, but it still makes it something different to other games. But also the reason this game is so good, I guess, is because of the story going through it. It's not just a generic third-person shooter. You may still just enter a room and shoot a load of people, but there's good reason behind it, which I think some games lack. And some games do really well, so like Uncharted and Tomb Raider. All these new games still have a good story behind it. And I guess people just get bored of and make excuses, say, oh, it's just the same thing. Well, the stories are still the reason you play it. I think if there was a Zelda game released every year, people would get bored. I think it's just people like to moan and like to be true fans to series that aren't seen as much. Oh, is he? Oh, fell down like a sack of shit. I think we show on our channel that it's not, we don't just play shooters. There's God of War,
While looking for Alex, they
which
had ended
is
up in the middle of a big-time
or
crime
beat 'em up hack and
operation.
slash sort of style. Lego City Undercover, which is a lot more. It's just a funny game. I'm just some of the stuff that's said in that game is so funny. Oh, that was a good shot. Right through the head. I don't think I make it through there. Different games to like StarCraft as well, that's completely different to any sort of game that even I'd play. I think it's good to show differences and play games that take you out your comfort zone a bit. Straight through the head. Hello. Nice little goatee going on.
These armed thugs just appeared from nowhere. We need to get help. I can make the call from the control room 1 floor up. Can you take me there?
Sure. Sounds
Right.
good. Follow me.
I've got to take him somewhere. Is he following me? I think after this 15 minutes, I'll probably just play the first 15 minutes of Max Payne 2 and we can look over the differences of this one and that one.
Home free. This way.
Oh. Oh. Wait, let's open the door. No, I guess the guy went through the other door then. I just saw that one close. Got some water to pass the time. Oh fuck. Wrong way to dive. Let's try that way. That's quick. Take all them guys out. And he sort of just hangs there. Right, let's have a look. What have I got to do? Anything? Nope. Let's have a look. See some painkillers. Let's start up line number 2. So it looks like I need to go back and take the train from line number 2. So with these first 15 minutes is just looking at which games we would like to take on and finish the whole game. So that's number 5. Looking for number 2. So if there is any games that you'd suggest, like it doesn't have to be a new game, even that, like obviously I'm playing this one, so it's just games that we want to look at and think maybe it is something we want to do more of. So it's not in there. Is there a door down there? Nope. So we're coming up to the 15-minute mark now, but wow, 13 and a half. But I'll play on until the end of the chapter, or to the end of the part 1 of this chapter, I should say. Oh, number 2 this way, and this way. Down here, yep. Let's have a look. There's a train that we can get onto. Oh, the yellow one.
The train lit up like a Christmas tree. Power was back on.
Also, I'm thinking of starting a new thing where I'm going to start playing games on the hardest difficulty and just basically play until my first death. So let's see Max Payne as a train driver. Let's see how this goes. Again, with that just sadistic smile on his face. I'm not sure if this is the end of the part 1, or maybe you shouldn't be a train driver.
So much for being subtle.
Let's get out of here. Oh, there's a... Oh, hello. Is that all them gone? Yeah. And that's the end of this chapter, which is on 15 minutes.
The rusty door led to an abandoned part of the
Let's just
station,
watch the
closed
last
off since
cutscene.
the early 40s. Something big was going down in Roscoe Street. Maybe that's why Alex had wanted to meet me here. Maybe not. One way or the other, I was going to find out.
So I'll play up to this part, and then if it's something we want to take forward, then we can know where to start. So thanks for watching.